doing a quick check-in. Well, at the beginning of the vlog, actually, I had a little bit of a health scare yesterday. I had to go to the doctor and the hospital to get like some checks done, but hopefully all is good. It's always something new here, you know, but that means I haven't read as much as I wanted to. But I did manage to actually get really far through Sleeping Beauties. So I have 150 pages left, so I will finish this tomorrow on Wednesday, which is nice. I actually really like the story. I don't know, it's a book that speaks to me, kind of. Even though it has, like, you know, the weird Stephen King thing to it, you know, like all of his books are kind of off and weird. I really enjoy that. So yeah, I will finish this tomorrow because I already read like 150 pages of this today. And yeah, I haven't gotten much farther with the other ones. I did read a little bit more of We All Fall Down, but not that much. Like, I have 2/3 still left. But yeah, that is kind of where I'm at right now. And yeah, I will now watch a few videos and chill before going to bed, because I'm still really tired from being pretty ill the last 2 days. So yeah, I just wanted to start the vlog and not do it at the end of the week again, you know. But yeah, I have good hopes that I will finish Sleeping Beauties tomorrow, and then hopefully I will be able to also finish the other 2 books this week. That is pretty much the plan. And yeah, let's hope this week is going better than last week. It didn't start well, but maybe it will end well. I don't know. I will see you tomorrow with an update. Okay, quick evening check-in. I did what I promised myself I would do, and I finished Sleeping Beauties by Stephen and Owen King. And I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I love the ending. I would have wished for a slightly different ending, but you know, I think I loved the first 600 pages and the last 100, which were kind of the main like conflict of the book, I kind of found to be boring. I found the rest of the book much more interesting, which is kind of funny, but I do like the journeys in books. I don't need like, I need permanent interesting things, but I don't need permanent action for a book to be good for me. I feel like the book might be a little bit controversial because it does pit men against women. Kind of not. It kind of takes masculinity and femininity and brings it up a notch, and I think it's kind of like critical against like men, women, how we behave with one another, without one another, and stuff like that. I find it to be a really interesting topic. It's obviously not like any kind of in-depth like discussion about it, but that is what the story is mainly about. So yeah, I saw some ratings which were a little bit more on the negative side, because like, oh, we have a society again that gets trapped under mysterious circumstances. I personally don't mind the author writing the same topic but in very different ways, so I don't care. Also, I haven't read Under the Dome yet, so I can't compare it to that one, but I have read The Stand, so I don't think it's too similar. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the journey through it. It took quite a while to read it, but I finished it, and that is the most important thing. Also, what I did today was a big shopping spree on Amazon. I will give you a haul because everything should come tomorrow and on Friday. Because yeah, I bought everything to rebind books and make hardcovers out of my paperbacks. So I mean, you could also rebind your hardcovers, but I don't think I would do that. I will stick to the paperbacks, I think. and to the books that are really, really damaged that I got secondhand. But yeah, I really wanted to do that, and I was like, I'm saving a lot of my money because of like loans, like student loans that I still have to pay off. And obviously, I want to save, I want to have like a safety net and stuff. And so I do not buy expensive things for me, because I have a hard time like being okay with spending so much money on myself. But I really wanted to try that, and also it kind of motivates me to buy more secondhand books, which is actually really a good thing. So yeah, I bought all of that. It was like, I think like 550 euros or something like that. I will show you everything in like tomorrow and the day after what I bought. But yeah, I did splurge a little bit and bought some. Technically, you wouldn't need the 400 euro cricket machine that I bought to make the stencils and vinyl for like the outside of the box, but it looks so good on the TikToks that I've seen of people doing it, that I was just really, really tempted. And the machine can do so much, so I felt like it was okay to splurge on it. But yeah, so I did splurge on that, and yeah, I'm really excited for that to come tomorrow and on Friday, and then I will probably, like, starting next week, really slowly work my way into it, and do a trial book when I'm not like sad about if I destroy it, and then we'll see. But yeah, I am really excited about that. So yeah, the next book that I will focus on, not tonight, but like starting tomorrow, is We All Fall Down. I'm on page 144 now, so a third of the way through, roughly. So yeah, this is what I will focus on coming tomorrow, and then hopefully I will also get through Starling House. That would be ideal for this week, which might be doable, but we'll see. I'm feeling a lot better today, which is really great. So yeah, that is kind of all for right now. I will now watch some YouTube videos. I'm really into Reddit videos at the moment, so I will do that. I will crochet a little bit. I'm doing granny squares right now to do a granny square fall themed blanket, which I will show you at some point, but I'm still just making granny squares, which isn't really that interesting. And yeah, then I will do a little bit on my iPad, and that is probably the rest of the evening. Okay, I wanted to give you a quick overview of like what I'm crocheting right now. I'm doing granny squares. This one is nearly finished. I have like one row on this side left. But I wanted to show you, I told you I think yesterday that I'm making a blanket, and these are all of the granny squares I have done so far. So that is the color scheme I'm going with. I might add black into the mix because I'm not sure if these will be enough. Like obviously I have a lot of more of the red and the orange to do. I will pretty much have this amount of every color. So I might need to add black into the mix because I don't have more of these colors, just pretty much what I'm working with. But yeah, these are my granny squares, and then they will all get connected to make one big blanket. So yeah, I just wanted to show you what I'm working on at that front. Okay, ignore the hair, I just showered. I want to have a quick talk about We All Fall Down. I think I'm getting to the point where a lot of people are like, what the fuck is this book? It is such a weird book. I don't know where the book wants to go. I'm now a little bit more than halfway through. I'm at page 220 and it has, I think, 400 pages. The thing is, first of all, it's boring. There's nothing really happening, and I don't think the book really knows what it wants to be. Like, it's obviously a fairy tale retelling that kind of meshes all of the characters in there, but then also has just normal people who I don't think are from fairy tales. And it's just really weird because we have a character called Jack. Um, you know, Jack from the Beanstalks.
I think is the English version. I don't know what. Then we have David. We have Belle. We have Alice from Alice in Wonderland, which isn't like a fairy tale, but like a different story. Like we have really, really like well-known characters, and in the book they have like things that make you think, oh, they are from the fairy tales, you know. At least it feels like that. But then we have our main character, the maiden, who's called Jess, which I don't know if there's a Jess character in any fairy tales or stories. And she doesn't really fit. Then we have a bouncer called Rex who doesn't really fit. And it's just so weird because I don't know what the book wants to do. And then, you know, we come to one interesting thing. Jess the maiden is pretty much her role in the story is to bring the magic back. And you know, we get the boring stuff, her coming to the city, or them coming to the city, I think is the right pronoun because they switch between being female and male. And you know, we get that, we get them starting a job for Sir, who is like kind of like a mob boss. And then we get an interlude which quickly lists her starting to be the maiden. Why didn't we get that in like detail? Why do we get the unimportant stuff in detail and then the important things that kind of feel like they matter for the story in no detail at all? Just like glanced over, oh, let me quickly mention that she changed this in the city and she did that and she did that and that changed people and that changed people, and we get that as like a list of what she did. Why? It's so weird. I don't know. I liked the beginning because I was like, oh, in what kind of a world do I get to be here? But now it's just like the book doesn't know. It tries to connect fairy tales with the modern world and science, and it just does not work. And yeah, I don't know. I will finish this tomorrow. The goal is to read the last 180 pages tomorrow, which I will somehow manage to get it over with. But I understand now, kind of. I mean, I don't know if that is why people don't like it, but I kind of understand a little bit more now. It's just the book just doesn't know what it wants to be, and you can feel that as a reader. Like it feels like a lot of like parts of the story that weren't really thought through and then brought together. I don't know. I To be honest, it's just really boring and confusing, and I don't really enjoy it. Also, it is so forcibly adult. It really like it feels really really forced. The whole thing with yeah, I don't know. If you've read it, you maybe know what I mean. I kind of don't want to spoil the whole story, but parts of the story, like how the maiden is a big part of that, um, feels so weirdly forcibly adult. Like she works in a strip club and it has to do with that, and her being able to change her body, or them being able to change their body, stuff like that. But it nothing feels really natural in this book. Like none of the characters behave really like entirely natural. It feels really, really forced. Some of the interactions, which is I don't know. I kind of get in my own way why the book is kind of weird to people, you know. But yeah, that is kind of what I've done. And yeah, I will play a bit more Final Fantasy 15 now. I am through the main story. I'm doing the DLC stories now. So I will do that, and then hopefully I will be able to finish that book tomorrow and be done with it.
Okay, let's do a check-in for today. I finished We All Fall Down. It wasn't good. This book has horrible reviews, and I get why. It's just weird. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend reading it. It's really not worth it. I liked the beginning, which is why I gave it 2 stars. But in the end, the characters all were incredibly weird. Somehow, the only black guy in the story gets like it's pretty much like everyone against him, kind of weirdly, even though all of the other people are really weird and horrible, and kind of
I don't know. I don't have a lot of good feelings about the book. It's incredibly boring as well. And I don't know. If you want to have a little bit more of the discord about the book that is out there, go to the Goodreads comments about the book and the reviews, and yeah, you will see um, there's a lot of problems, I think, with the author as well. I didn't look that far into it, to be honest, because I don't know. I don't really care. I didn't buy the book. I got it in a book box. I probably from this book, like from my experience with this book, I wouldn't buy another book by them. So yeah, it's just not good. The characters aren't good. The story isn't good. It's really, really boring. The beginning, like, trying to be like fairy tale-ish, really didn't pan out at all as well. And yeah, then the author is weird, and there's some weird racism stuff going on in the book. It's not good. You shouldn't read it. It's not good. It's not enjoyable. I don't know. You know, it's as bad as people say. It starts interesting and then it just veers off into weird, not so nice territory. I don't even know how to describe it otherwise. Also, I feel like it's just so like in all topics it's just so weird. Like at the beginning I like the transgenderism of the maiden in the book, but it's such a weaponized thing in the book. It's kind of alienating, if you get what I mean. No, didn't feel it. But I finished it, and that is actually really nice because now I don't have to think about it anymore. And yeah, not impressed. Wouldn't buy another book from the author. There also only seems to be like 2, I think, so far as I have seen. And yeah, they don't seem to be good, both. Yeah, and now, after that quick little, I don't want to talk about review, let's do a little bit of a haul for bookbinding. I got all of my stuff. I kind of quickly want to show you what I got, and yeah, I'm trying to work myself into one of the things I got that isn't strictly necessary, but you know, and I'm at an age where when I start a new hobby, I do like to treat myself, and yeah, I was tempted, and I did make a big purchase, and now I have to learn how to use it. But that will be the last thing I talk about. So yeah, let's start. The first thing I have is glue. This is just some. It's called Bastelkleber in Germany, so like crafting glue. But yeah, it's supposed to be the right glue to glue the books and the pages together and all of this stuff. Then I bought myself some vinyl. This is heat transfer vinyl in like metallic shades because I do think that looks quite fancy, and this comes into play with the big purchase I've made, which I will show you in a second. Then I got some silicone brushes for the glue because the girl I looked at, which she had like a really, really nice list what you should totally get, what is optional, and what you don't really need, but it's nice to have. I followed her list because I really, really liked her videos about it and her tutorials. And yeah, she said silicone brushes, so I did that. Then we have some, I don't even know what they're called. There are these bands that you put at the top of the book and at the bottom of the book, where you put the cover so that it looks really, really nice from the top and you can't see the glue and stuff. Yeah, I will have to show you when I try this all out. I obviously don't really know that much about it. Then I got myself a mat, which I thought was bigger. So yeah, I might need to buy a bigger cutting mat. But yeah, there are all kind of tools in here to cut stuff and to remove stuff from the machine that I bought, which is the expensive thing. Then we have some white paper that you need for the backing. Obviously, I haven't tried anything, you know, I just bought the stuff off the list. Then we have some cotton or linen, one of the two, but it's to make the book more stable once you bind it again. And there are some bone scraper tools in there. Then we have the what is the right name for this? It's the carton. Is that the right? I don't know what the right word is. I'm gonna put it on screen. But this makes the hardcover for the book. You know, you cut it down to size and then you actually put fabric around it. And I got myself some fabric. I have gone with, you know, it's I'm just getting basic stuff, so I had to choose a few colors. But yeah, this is some linen fabric with paper backing. And I have dark brown, a dark blue, a dark red, and a black, because those are also the colors that I would mostly choose. So yeah, I have quite a bit of that to, you know, close the thing in, and then this fits really nice. I'm gonna go with the style of the cloth-bound hardcovers from Penguin, and yeah, this will give me that style on the outside of the thing. Then I have some rulers, which are silicone backed, so they aren't slipping, and you can cut nicer. And then I have some end papers. This is just some crafting paper pretty much, and it's printed with these. I've gone for some vintage tapestry designs. Obviously I will need to buy more for like different books to match a theme, but I wanted to start with a book that I don't love, for in case I destroy the book. So I went just with some generic flower patterns, because I feel like that kind of works in most books. So yeah, these are just some printed papers. They are white on the one side and then printed on the other side for the like really nice end papers you see in hardcovers. And then the next thing I got are these mats. And if you know, you know. These are sticky mats you can use with Cricut, and I actually went ahead and got myself a Cricut machine. I actually got the Cricut Maker 3, which is, to be honest, a pretty expensive purchase. But I always wanted to have a machine like that because they can do so much more. But I can cut the vinyl with that into like really nice designs for the book cover and the spine, you know. And obviously you don't need that. You can do that, like you can paint it and stuff. But I loved the look in her videos, and she designed the covers and stuff and used a Cricut Maker. Or there's another machine that is a little bit less expensive, but that also can do a little bit less, which I don't need the things that the Cricut can do that the other machine can't do, but you know, I was really tempted. So yeah, I splurged a little bit on this purchase. But yeah, so you can design really, really nice designs, cut them out with a Cricut on the heat transfer vinyl, and then you can go over it with heat. I'm gonna use my iron. There are special like heat presses you can buy for it, but it is supposed to work with an iron, so I thought I wouldn't need to buy a heat press instantly, you know, because that's like 50 euros more than I already paid for all of this. So yeah. But yeah, that is the really, really expensive purchase. Let me show you how it's looking. This is my Cricut Maker 3, which to be honest, it looks really, really fancy. And yeah, I bought the vinyl for it. I'm currently trying to try it out pretty much. Like I did try their trial vinyl that comes with it, and it did cut out like a Cricut sticker. Yeah. So it does work. It is calibrated as far as I know. So now I'm trying to design like just something simple to cut to try the workspace out. But yeah, that is what I probably will do the rest of the evening, trying to figure the Cricut out so I can make my own designs for the front of the book and the back of the book and the spine of the book. And then tomorrow I will probably start the whole experiment of doing my first book rebinding from a paperback into a hardcover, because, you know, I'm really looking forward to it. It seems so cool. I just will have to see how it turns out. probably won't turn out perfect because it's the first time I'm ever doing something like that. But you know, I got all of this. I have to be honest, like most of these supplies were like roughly around 100 euros, so that isn't too bad. But the Cricut cost me 400 euros. It was really expensive. But to be honest, the Cricut Maker 3 can actually also cut like wood and engrave and stuff. You only need to buy the nozzles for that. So yeah, it is a machine that can really do a lot. And it was a splurge. And do I really need it? No. It was totally I would really, really like to have one. And I'm in a position where I could buy one. And I now have a use for it. Redoing my books. And yeah. So you don't need one if you want to rebind your books. But you know, I have a vision in my head. And to make this vision come true, I do need it. So yeah, we're gonna try and make my vision come true. But yeah, that is what I will now do with my evening. Try to figure the Cricut out, make a few vinyl stickers, and we'll see how that goes. And yeah, hopefully I will manage to figure that out. I've never worked with a machine like this, so we'll see. And then yeah, I have all of the rest of the stuff, so I will probably tomorrow start trying my first book. And yeah, so that is pretty much how it's going right now. I will probably do a video about my first book rebinding. I will film all of that and we'll see if it turns out nice or not. You know, I will probably upload that as one of my Thursdays videos, I think. Because I would like to, you know, film it to also for myself to look back on it, what I have done and what I can do different, I think. So yeah. I hope this wasn't too boring. But yeah, I will figure the thing out now. The unnecessary big purchase that I'm really excited about. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow morning because tomorrow I will continue with reading Starling House. We'll see how far I come. I'm still really enjoying that. I'm, I think, a third of the way through, so we'll see how far I will come with that one. But yeah, it's miles better than Be All For It Alone. That's at least a plus. Okay, I hadn't planned on checking in with you this quickly, but I just made the cutest little sticker of my dog. And it looks so cute. This is obviously the negative that is left over. We put it on my partner's PC. But look at it. It's so cute. I figured out how to use the machine already. It's really easy to use. Figured out how to use the app with it, and oh, I'm so happy. Yeah, I will now get all of my shit together here, sort through all of the stuff that I need to bind the book, and then I think I will already just start and yeah, organize my stuff that I need, and I might start designing the book cover already, just so I have that ready, so I only need to like cut it tomorrow. So yeah, I'm so excited. Okay, let's have a quick little check-in. First of all, I redid my hair. It has come out a lot more vibrant than I kind of wanted to, so yeah. It is just as vibrant in real life than it is on video. I don't know if I like it or not. My partner likes it, so that's fine. I'm not sure. Let's have a quick chat about Starling House. I gave it 3 stars. I was in the end kind of disappointed. I really liked the beginning, but I felt like the book was a little bit lacking in the middle, like primarily in the middle. The ending I liked again. I think it was kind of a satisfying ending. But the middle just really, the characters just all go through such a weird phase in the middle, and I didn't love it, to be honest. But yeah, 3 stars because the beginning is really intriguing, the ending is really nice, and the beginning and the middle is a real struggle to get through. But I finished it, which was the plan for today. So yeah, I mean, I would actually recommend it, not as like, well, as a fantasy book, which is what this is. It has a little bit of like, not really horror aspect, but it goes kind of into like the mystery realm a little bit, and you know, the creepy town. It is supposed to be a little bit like haunted house, but I felt like for me it doesn't really land as a haunted house novel, if I'm totally honest. But that might just be a wrong impression that I got. That might not be the fault of the book, you know. But yeah, I finished it and I am happy with that. I finished all the books I wanted to this week, which were all three of the ones that I was currently reading, which is really, really nice. So I need to pick the next one now. And I did some rearranging, which is why we're sitting here now. But I actually kind of like the perspective, so we'll see how I will film. But yeah, I'm currently filming my first bookbinding video. I'm currently at the stage where I took my book apart and made some end pages, which I bought the wrong paper for, which is annoying. But I still want to go forward with this try, so I have this paper right now. And yeah, that is what I'm currently doing and also filming, so I can make a video out of it for me and for you. And yeah, it is Saturday evening now, so I will end the vlog here. I hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. There was a kind of a lot this week, you know, but it's a nice change to last week. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you find this kind of interesting. If you want to, you could subscribe to the channel. That would mean quite a lot to me. And yeah, hopefully I will see you in the next video.